Hilary, I want to bring you into this conversation because I have said that if you look at where we were in 2008 with that recession versus where we are today, it's clear that the contraction was much starker in 2008 than what we're experiencing. But in many ways, the timing was better because we had baby boomers that were still at peak earning potential. They had the runway to refill those savings accounts. They had the ability to wait for those home prices to recover. Right now, we've got 10,000 baby boomers a day retiring. The savings accounts have already been depleted. Medium savings are down. And at the same time, you're looking at the fact that we've got over $2 trillion in personal credit card debt, or $1 trillion in credit card debt. So if you're looking at those numbers and you're also looking at the makeup of the American public today, talk to us about what all of that put in the blender spells out for the people on Main Street.
Well, thank you for having me back again. There's a lot you just said there, but I will say this particularly about those aging baby boomers that you mentioned. We have so many millennials now in the economy. They're actually going to be the largest group overtaking baby boomers because of a lot, obviously, of immigration. There are younger immigrants coming in. That forms up the millennials. And the difference is a mentality. The difference in mentality between millennials and Generation X is it contributes to the resilience of our economy. Why? Because it used to be certainly the baby boomers and the older baby boomers, everybody was watching the news and they'd hear negative news like the recent Fitch downgrade, Moody's downgrade, the issues with the bank, the Silicon Valley Bank, and people would become more cautious. Why? Because their parents had gone through the Second World War and actually many of them through the Depression, and they had a far more overall, regardless of political party, Democrat or Republican, they had a more fiscally conservative, cautious mindset, which is why when Bush said at 9/11, we can all remember him there with his blowhorn, encouraging Americans to go out and spend. People didn't. Why? Because they were afraid. The millennials and Generation X, no, they're not. They are going out and spending. They're not so scared by these reports. Why? Because their parents are no longer those that went through the Great Depression and the Second World War. So it's a mentality of still spend, which is why you're seeing the consumer so resilient.
Absolutely. In many ways, we could be spending ourselves into the downturn some have predicted we're not going to see. Unfortunately, you have to leave it there. Hilary, EJ, thank you so much. Bad moon rising for America, but glad to have you here on the case for us.